Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know what it is, y'all. Big Ryan's day after the Texans. Yes, indeed. Coming to you from the smoky confines of the man cave. And as you know, y'all, brought to you by the Brunch Bus. You won't eat out, but you don't know who to trust? You should find Houston's first mobile brunch bus. From catering of private dinners, from breakfast to lunch, the Brunch Bus delivers. So if it's good food you trust, well, it's still the Brunch Bus. How y'all doing this morning? Start me up. Start me up. Yeah. Oh, and I won't say no names, but don't be texting me no gift or no game no more when you get ready to play against my boys. That's disrespectful, and we didn't take that too well. No names needed. They know exactly who they are. Okay, so we won't have to say, "Oh Lord." Anyway, like I was saying, good morning. How's everybody? Yeah, hey, Mr. Lucius, how you doing? Listen, y'all. Good win yesterday. Absolutely outstanding win against a good team, even though that team's injured. That team is injured and has been injured for a while, but nobody cares about injuries. We was missing our number one receiver yesterday. Matter of fact, we was missing our number 2 and 3 receiver when you count Tank Dell. You know what I mean? How you doing, Mr. Lucius? I know you be here, sir. You just like me. I don't have no doubt about you. But, yeah, everything looked good yesterday. The O-line was able to block a little more. Of course, they're missing Warner in the middle at the linebacker spot. They're missing Bosa at the D-line spot. You know, they banged up, but we took advantage of that and did what we were supposed to do. Actually, with them being hurt like that, it was the first time they allowed somebody to score on the opening drive on them yesterday. First time. Yeah. And I'm talking about, I think all year, that's the first time. And on that play, the Texans did something they hadn't did all year. They had the most plays and the most yards. They had 16-play drive, man, and the most time consumed. 9 minutes and 39 seconds. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was really awesome, man. You know, good pass blocking. I love the quarterback sneak every time they run it. I love when CJ put that ball down and decided he was going to run around that corner. Whenever he runs decisively, it's great production. Whenever he decides I'm going to run the ball, it's great production. Okay? But everything looked good yesterday. And like I say, and no excuses, my boy Lou say right here, but I'm going to be fair about that. Just since 2017, the 49ers have they got more games missed by players than any other team in the NFL. 2,036 games missed due to injury since 2017. So, you know, they going through it like we going through it and other teams are going through it. You know what I'm saying? But they still managed to be decent. So that was a good win for the Texans. If they can steal out a win next week against a good Denver team who has a good defense as well, as you can see if you watched the game yesterday against that team from 45 North, you know they got a good defense too. But I don't think Bo Nix has seen no defense like he's going to see next week. And again, I say, and I got to see it. You know, I'm still on what I said last week. It's a lot of football left, and for me to say the season looked like it was a wrap, that's because I didn't see nothing. You know. Yeah, that's true, Lou. That's no doubt. That's no doubt, and that's what I'm saying. You know, so we take it with a grain of salt. There was a few things that need to be addressed. Because if you play in Kansas City, you can't give up that 7 before the half and they get the ball back in the second half. You can't do that. But that was all because of two things. Poor special team coverage and a dumb special teams play at the same time. The guy returned the ball to the 50-yard line. You add on 15, you get 35, you're already in field goal range. That's when the Texans defense struggles, when you put them at a disadvantage already deep on their side of the field. It happened with Seattle last week and about 3 times in the first half. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff has to be cleaned up still. The unnecessary interception before the half, when we should have got more points out of that, CJ got to clean that up. But overall, CJ had a great game. Great game, man. I just like when he put that ball down, decides to run. I think that overall he was 30 of 39, 318 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He hit 9 different receivers. The running game was potent. We didn't have a 100-yard back, but I think both backs, Chubb and Marks, had 50 plus. And then you throw in what Stroud had, you know. Yeah. For a while, you know, it's just some mistakes that, Lou, like I just said. You can't be playing Kansas City, Buffalo, and you give up that 7-4 to half, and they get the ball back, and especially Kansas City, because that's what they known for. They known for eat something before the half because they get the ball back and eat again. That can't happen. That's got to be cleaned up. And like I said, that was all because of a poor special team coverage and a real dumb special teams play along the way. But I think they're going to be fine. That defense is a championship defense, like I said. If that offense shows up, if C.J. Stroud has the opportunity to play like he did yesterday, and I think part of yesterday, if your guys go back and watch it, he got rid of that ball kind of quick yesterday. If he didn't see what he was looking for, he did a lot of dumping off, and dumped off paid off good yesterday. Did you see the one Marks broke off after a little small dump off? So, yeah, he started to utilize that. 2 things that could take him to the next level. Him using that backfield, that backman out the backfield on little dump offs, and him taking the ball and running sometime. And he knows how to go down. He ain't got to try to run over nobody. Just go down. Those are the things that could take this team to another level and keep that offense on the field and get that defense some rest so when they do come out, they can perform at the top level like they're known. Will Anderson is beginning to be a problem, man. You knew he was a problem when you drafted him for everybody else, but he's really getting to be a problem. I don't know if because Danielle Hunter gets so much attention on the other side or what, but, man, Will Anderson getting to be a beast, man. I'm just telling you. And that defense was so cold. It was 39 seconds left in the half before the 49ers got their first down. I think they had 2 first downs in the first half, period. Yeah, I think so. And then I think Houston had 14. They held McCaffrey to a career low. 2 touches, 8 yards. Man, when you controlling him and they missing everything else and you controlling McCaffrey, you got a chance of winning that game. You really do, you know. I didn't like the way that half ended, though. I really didn't. The first three drives 49ers had, it was 10 plays, 30 yards, because we kept the ball most of the time. But on the last drive, it was 4 plays, 35 yards, and a touchdown. I did not like the way the half ended, and I'm going to harp on that because, yeah, you got the win. But again, I say, there are some teams you're going to see down the road that you can't play them games with. And I still believe, and I could just be picking at straws here, I still believe we settle for too many threes. Settle for too many threes, man. The championship teams find a way to put that ball in. Yeah, if he starts to do that more, that check down, man, that takes us to another level because he misses it a lot of times or go to it late. You know what I mean? And putting that ball down the side and go ahead and run and don't hesitate about it. I'm telling you, we got a chance to go to the next level because the defense is a championship. You know that, Lou. You can see it. That's a championship defense. They just need some complementary play from that offense. And the way the offense played yesterday is where it's supposed to look, but they're still leaving crumbs on the field. Too many threes. That botched at the end of the half, that could come back and bite you. Like I say, when you play Kansas City later on in the season. You play Denver next week. You play the Colts. You know, those kind of things can come back and bite you in the worst way, and you don't want to deal with that. That needs to be cleaned up and addressed in the meeting tomorrow. Because if I'm not mistaken, after a win like yesterday, everybody should be off today unless you get some treatment. I see you. Well, you know, sometimes they see you Wednesday, so it depends. I don't know what D'Amico doing with that. But, yeah, that defense, though, and I love Matt Burke calling the defense because his defensive rotation includes E.J. Speed a whole lot more. E.J. Speed's a linebacker we got from the Colts. And he pretty much called the same thing that D'Amico calls because D'Amico brought him over here. We knew that. But his rotations is slightly different. You get to see guys on the field that D'Amico didn't really play a lot. You know what I mean? So Matt Burke is doing a great job keeping the guys fresh, getting a lot of production from them. And again, I say, hey, that's a championship defense. And those interceptions starting to add up. We got another one yesterday. I think that's number 7. And we tied for 6 in the NFL with that one. So that's number 7 when Lashley got that boy down by the end zone and jumped up and told him, stop playing with me, man. Yeah. So there's a lot of positives to go out there, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of stuff to be cleaned up as well. There are still some things that can be done, y'all. And I'll tell you what they are. What you could do is you can win the next 2 games. If you can win the next 2 games, right? And some kind of way inch yourself a game above 500, that's 9 games played. Okay? So you would have a total of 8 games left, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because they play 17 now, it's 18 weeks. You have 8 games left. The Texans still has a great chance of finishing like they finished the last 2 seasons, which was, I think, 10-6 or something. But they can do 11. I mean, they could do 11-5, 11-6. You know, they got a chance to still do something, but they have to complete this mission. You can't have a slip up at home. You've taken care of step 1, San Francisco. Step 2 will be Denver. Step 3 will be a revenge game for the Jaguars. Nothing guaranteed or nothing like that. But that's what you got in front of you. And it's like what they say when it's playoff time or in college sometimes. You control your own destiny at this present moment. You have a chance to creep back up to 1 game over 500 and be relevant again in this NFL. Because if I'm sure, I haven't looked at the division because I've been so disappointed, but I know you're 3rd in the division just on the overall record as it is. And I think you got 1 win in the division, 1 loss in the division. And I think the Jags may be 1-0 in the division, if not 2-0. I think the Colts 1-0 in the division, if not 2-0. So you are 3rd. So you got some work to do. You got some ground to make up. And the good thing about being able to still win your division, you don't have to have as good a record as the Colts, but you can still win the division. You know what I mean? You can still sneak up or have more division wins, you know, which can help you down the line. Yeah, you're right. That's true. Yeah, they got a little excited. But that's what I'm saying. Don't start celebrating like that when you're playing these beasts like Kansas City, Buffaloes, you know. Even next week is going to be a challenge. If, what's his name is playing? What's his name? Defensive player of the year last year that, Surtain Jr., huh? Patrick Surtain Jr.? Yeah, I think if he's not playing, then we might have some action at something. When he's playing, they see when they didn't play him yesterday, if you notice, Denver went to more of a zone coverage. When he's out there, they play more of a man coverage. Because he's one of them guys that can set one side of the field down. You know, he's that kind of corner. You know, he's Derek Stingley. I think him and Stingley are the best 2 corners in the game. And I said that, and that's including Sauce Walker. Better than that. Yeah. So, I just want everybody to, you know, enjoy the win and understand we beat a good team with a good record. That's another thing. You got to take care of these kind of games because you can't keep losing. Because until yesterday, the 2 teams you had beat got to combine, I think, 1 win. So you need to be the team with a winning record. Guess what? Here comes Denver. Beat Denver at home. Show the NFL you for real about your business. And I got a feeling if you could do that, I don't see you having a letdown playing the Jags because you already lost to the Jags. Get the job done next week. Get back to 500 and see what happens after that. That's your best bet. You know, I mean, that offense, if it can step up and be a complement to this championship defense, all you got to do is control the ball, keep it for a while, don't turn it over, end up with some points. And I like to see more 7s. Stop settling for 3s. This defense really overall average was 12 going into last week. It's probably creeped up a little bit because they gave up 27 last week and 15 yesterday. But it's probably still around 15 or something. It's probably still in the top 10 or top 5 in what teams are giving up. So being a little bit more productive with the ball. And Fairbairn, listen, man, stop kicking the ball out of the zone. You know the rules. It's got to be in the 20 and between the 20 and the end zone. If you're short of the 20, they're gonna throw the flag and you're gonna move the team to the 40-yard line. Come on now. Come on. You did that a couple of times yesterday. Keep the ball in the zone and give your defense a chance to make something happen. Or your special teams, I mean. You know? We got to get that cleaned up too. I don't like that. I don't like that at all because you give them too much field position where a lot of times we tackle them, they don't even get to the 20 or maybe they don't get to the 25. But if you're going to kick it short and they're going to throw a flag, that ball goes to the 40-yard line, you got to stop that. You got to stop that. But other than that, I didn't really have no complaints about the defense other than that breakdown at the half. You're playing against a professional, so the second half touchdown drive was, the only thing that discouraged me about that was the 2-point conversion. That's the only thing really discouraged me about that. Other than that, it happens sometimes. You ain't going to shit everybody out. And San Francisco has a brilliant mind calling the offense. He's one of the top offensive callers in the whole league. So he's going to get something. He's going to get something. But we need CJ and them to keep on getting something. That check down was so big yesterday, and it was at crucial times, and it was often. The run game was good because the holes were opening up. Chubb was able to pop through there. Mark was able to pop through there. They was able to make some things happen. But I noticed they throwing that ball to that running back on that check down was big yesterday. And like Lou said, that killed that team. Well, guess what? It can kill every team if you go to it enough. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to recognize what you see. I seen a couple times where the announcers were saying that they had 7 rushers, and the Texans would bring in an extra lineman. That get him 6. So that still mean a running back responsible for somebody. You see what I'm saying? And I noticed the Texans been doing that a lot lately, bringing in an extra lineman to help with the blocking. You know, line him up like he's a tight end. You know what I'm saying? And I think he even tells the ref he eligible when he come in. So you never know what might be playing down the line. Because when you got these offensive mind or these wizards or wannabe wizards, hey, they always cooking up something inside the laboratory. You know what I mean? Always. So it was a good win, y'all, and I know that. And forgive me, y'all. I don't get to see everybody say good morning because I be gone sometime, but I try to get back and answer everybody. And because I love y'all, and I know, I got a few of y'all know going to be on here for sure. And I'm going to see you later on saying good morning to you in advance. And yeah, my people, y'all know what we doing. We representing, for real. Shout out to my grandson, Mason Ferguson, as well, man. And his little partner, who I say is my fan, Adrian Battles. Shout out to them young cats, man. Looking at old Paw, checking Paw out, seeing how things going around here with the Texans. So that's about it for me today, y'all. I guess we all gonna celebrate. One last thing. Don't y'all forget, for those who don't know and for those who do know, got spots on the Thanksgiving board. Get that, inbox me if you're interested. We'll do some talking about it, okay? All right, y'all. So everybody, let's move along. Today is our day. Big rounds of after the Texans, y'all, brought to you by the Brunch Bus. Yes, indeed. And you won't eat out it, but you don't know who to trust? You should find Houston's first mobile brunch bus. From catering to private dinners, from breakfast to lunch, the Brunch Bus delivers. So if it's good food you trust, but it's still the Brunch Bus. Y'all be good. I'm going to start it up, get my Monday started. Got a few things I need to do so I can get on back in the house and chill because I don't like to rip and run. Check it out. Have a good day, my brother. Be good. Number love, Lucius. Everybody be good today and be careful out there, y'all.